Up, you guys, welcome back to another video. So in today's video we will be getting into my Sephora haul. As you can see, this is the small bag. Your girl didn't do much damage because I don't know, I wasn't feeling it this year. So we're gonna get into it, and I'm gonna do a few swatches for you guys just so you can see some of the stuff that I did get. Before we jump into the video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and leave a comment down below. And let's go ahead and get into my little Sephora haul. And I might even go ahead, maybe, and share a few products that I think you guys should grab at least during this sale. Now, mind you, the Sephora savings event has already started for everybody at this point. Today is November 5th, so I want to say November 1st. It started for Rouge members. All Rouge members get 20% off. VIB and Insider, you are going to get, no, VIB is 15% off. Insider is 10% off. Anything that says Sephora collection, you are getting 30% off. So the sale ends November 11th. So again, I'm just going to share with you guys what I picked up during the sale. And then a few things that I feel like you could, that I feel is worth grabbing. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the video. Alright, you guys. So, for starters, I was going back and forth with eyeshadow palettes, right? I didn't want the Makeup by Mario. At first, I was like, well, it's either between Makeup by Mario and the new Icy Nude by Huda Beauty. The more I looked at them in store, my heart did not pull either way. I truly think that with Huda Beauty, I'm buying it for a collector's item, right? I have every other large palette that Huda Beauty ever came out with. The last palette I bought was the Pretty Grunge palette. And I don't use any of Huda's palettes. I don't reach for them. I have them in a drawer. All of them are in the same drawer together. So I'm like, if I get the Icy Nude, I would use it for a video, and that would be it. And that is messing with me because I feel like that's a part of, some of us with makeup, we hoard it. It's excessive. It's unnecessary. We want it just because we see it, And then I started looking. I feel like a lot of people that have the palette are people that received it in PR. So I'm like, where is somebody that really wanted it and purchased it and was like, yes, I think it's a go. I just feel like all of the reviews is like, okay, it's the same, type of eye look. I have over 50 eyeshadow palettes. I'm quite sure I could create the look with what I have. So I decided that was a lot, right? I decided to just get one of the new mini Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes. This is the Sugar palette. So they came out with the Sugar palette, and then they came out with a more warm tone palette that I for sure knew I did not need. So this is what the Sugar palette is giving. Now, I did see a lot of people say if you have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Cosmo palette, this is giving the same vibe in a sense, which I could see that because of the blue shimmer in this one. So this is the palette that I actually have on the eyes today. I'm going to go ahead and swatch that blue shimmer shade, and that's just like one tap of it. Let me swatch this pink shade, and then I'll swatch the more platinum shade, which again is what I have on the lid. So for $29, you can't go wrong with a good classic Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. And that is what I chose to do, you guys, if I'm being very honest. It just made sense, spending $68. I'm like, it don't make sense, and I know I'm not going to use it. I'm very proud of myself, okay? So, let's get into, okay, I took everything out, I think. Let's get into this next purchase. This, I had to have. They only had 3 more left in my Sephora, and I'm so glad that I got her. This is the Danessa Myricks. These are her cream to powder blush bombs. And it comes with 4 shades. So you get this shade here, which is called Dancing Queen. Now this is more of a berry tone, beautiful. I do feel if you have medium to lighter skin tone, a little dab of this will take you a long way. It does look intimidating, but I am excited to dive into this one. We do have a new shade in the full size called Spice Latte. So this is the shade that really drew me to purchasing this, because you can only get it in this set. And a lot of people were raving about this. Now, I will be honest, I've already tapped into this one. Beautiful. It gives you that bronzer. That's what they call it, right? It's like blush bronzer type of vibe. But this one, again, is called Spice Latte. I think that it is a really beautiful shade, and I'm glad that it is in a full size. You do get a mini, look how little, it's a mini shade of Jubilee. I already have Jubilee, so this is fine, but this is so cute. And a lot of people were comparing this one to Spice Latte. Jubilee swatched looks a little bit more pinky than Spice Latte, and I'll go ahead and swatch it. I got so much glitter on this hand now from the eyeshadows. So I'm gonna spice Jubilee. They are so buttery feeling. If I could close her. So that was Jubilee, and then let me swatch Spice Latte. Okay, so this is Jubilee. This is Spice Latte. So you see what I mean? Jubilee looks a little bit more pinky tone than Spice Latte. Both beautiful, but I hope she comes out with Spice Latte like on its own and not just in this set, because I really do like that shade better than Jubilee. Like if I had to pick, you know what I mean, I would pick Spice Latte. So the last shade is another mini, and this is Red Velvet. Red definitely is intimidating. Again, I feel like even with this shade, a little bit will go a long way. I love the diversity in the tones. I really, really do. This little kit will work for everybody. So you get 2 minis and 2 full sizes for $35 US. That's crazy to me. So definitely worth the price point. So like I said, I've already used, I know what the formula is like because I do have some of her other like original shades, but Spice Latte is a yes. And this is a value of $75. So for $35, it just makes sense. That's definitely something I would recommend to go out and pick up for sure if I were you. Okay, jumping into this next product. I'm going to have to swatch on the other hand. Jumping into this next product, you guys, is what I have on the lips. This is the new, one of the new shades of Anastasia Beverly Hills Lip Velvet Texture Mousse in the shade Cool Brown. So they initially launched 3 shades. Well, 4. They have like a blackberry. There's one called Hush Rose. There's another one that looks a little bit more red tone. It's like a reddish berry shade. Those I knew I wasn't going to wear often. Hush Rose looks lighter online, but when I swatched it in store, it reminds me of like Kiss Nude, like one of their original like nude shades they launched. So I only stuck with the Cool Brown. I don't have many shades like this. Again, it's what I have on the lips. The texture, the formula is beautiful, and I just personally feel like I would prefer the Anastasia Lip Velvets over the Fenty ones that they have like this. But this is Cool Brown swatched. I just think it speaks for itself. It is beautiful, it's comfortable, it's soft, it's buttery. There is better lasting power on this one than the Fenty one, and that's just from personal use. So this one is definitely worth the price point. I feel it's worth grabbing during this sale, of course. So with me not picking up the Huda Beauty palette, I decided to get the other things that launched with her Icy Nude collection. I grabbed 2 of her bronzer shades. Well, these are the only 2 shades. So I picked up Latte and Cocoa. So these are pretty much to be used as blush, or you can use them as bronzer, whichever works best for you. So I'm going to take them out of the packaging and go ahead and swatch them for you guys. If I can open them. I have my comb right here so I can try to. So the first shade we are going to swatch. Now this is the shade of blush that I'm wearing today as far as like a liquid blush. This is Latte. They smell good too. I don't know what it is. It smells like candy. I do feel like these dry down fast. So I'm trying to hurry up and swatch them and show you so I can wipe them off. But this is Latte. This is Cocoa. And these are her 2 bronzer shades. I don't know if these are limited edition or if she's going to keep these. But again, I feel like tan to maybe deep, you can get away with Cocoa. I'm still going to try Cocoa. But when I swatched it in store, I felt like I could get away with Cocoa as like a cream or liquid bronzer. But yes, I did go ahead and pick up those 2. And then I also picked up her 3 new lip gloss shades. So her lip gloss shades, again, they were part of the Icy Nude collection. They have like these pearlescent effect reflex in them as far as the gloss. And of course you see that all of them are in her new packaging. So this is the shade that I personally feel is giving Fenty Hot Chocolate. And this is in the shade... Oh, girl. Give me a second. Okay, so the shade that reminds me of Fenty Hot Chocolate is called She's Fire. The next shade we have is She Flirty, which looks more pinky. And this white icy crystal type of shade is called... Girl. She Glitzy. They should have did a different color font on that one. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch them. They smell like the original. If you have the original shades of these, you should, you know, you'll be able to know what they smell like. But I do love the formula of these. I love how glossy they are. They can, if you put too much, they can be a little gumpy in the center. But yes, so She Fire, She Flirty in the middle. It's like that pinky, and then She Glitzy. Now again, I don't know if you could tell on camera from the swatches, they do have like a pearlescent shift to them. So again, same formula, nice and milky formula. So I'm really excited about those as well. I feel like those will be something in more of like my everyday rotation. I'm just throwing the boxes, y'all, so I can throw them away when I'm done. Let's end this off with, picked up 2 of the Sephora collection powder puffs. I loved the original ones and I hate that they got rid of them, but I'm glad that I picked these up. I have tried one of them today, and this is what she looks like. It has like this little, so it has this that you can put your fingers through, but it also has like a little pocket, which reminds me of the one from Beauty Blender. Beauty Blender has like a little pocket on theirs. This is nice, thick, fluffy. I don't even know how to explain it. I feel like I'm not mad now that I purchased it, because I was really hoping that they came out with the original one that they had. If I could try to find a picture of it, I'll leave it on the screen, but I use it a lot, and I'm glad I bought like 5 of them. But they did not disappoint me. So if you're looking for a good powder puff, the original price is $8 and you're getting 30% off. So that's a good, you know, good little deal. Last but not least, I believe, in my Sephora savings haul, I did pick up this lip gloss trio from Sephora collection. If you have not tried Sephora collection glosses, you are missing out. If you don't want to spend too much money, to me they have a really good plumping gloss and this gloss. I don't have an issue with their plumping gloss because I don't really like plumping gloss. I don't want anything burning or stinging my lips. And that's because I had a bad allergic reaction with the one from Too Faced. All around my mouth was red. So I try not to buy too many plumping glosses. But the Sephora collection ones are comfortable enough for me to be able to wear them. However, this is their holiday lip gloss trio. So you get like a clear gloss, you get this like rosy mauve gloss, and then what drew me to purchasing this kit is this purpley like pearlescent gloss, and I'm gonna go ahead and swatch that shade for you guys just so you can see what I mean. This is in the shade Wild, and they do sell it separately. All of these shades they obviously sell separately. But this shade in particular reminded me of that new Milk Makeup Lavender Gloss that has those same like purple pearly effects. So I felt for this set it was $28 with 30% off. For one Milk Makeup Gloss, I think it's $24. So it just made more sense to get this trio set. And then I'll go ahead and just swatch this one. We don't really need to swatch the clear one, but just so you can see what this one looks like. So it shows up a more pinky mauve tone, but I'm not mad at it. I feel like with a brown lip liner, this shade will work as well. So that is pretty much everything that I picked up during the Sephora savings event. I didn't do too bad. The only thing else that I really had in my cart was like a backup of my Haus Labs foundation in the shade 330 and the jumbo size of the One Size On Till Dawn setting spray. Those are the only two other products that I'm just gonna probably go ahead and grab. But like I said, I didn't do too bad this year. So as I mentioned, I feel like a lot of us talk about the Haus Labs foundation. Another foundation during this sale that I do suggest that I feel like is a good foundation is the Hourglass foundation, and I'll have an image of it on the screen. I used that one the other day. I haven't used it in a while, and I do have shade number 11, which is a neutral undertone, but I felt like my makeup just looked so airbrushed and photo ready, and we went bowling, and I'm like, you got on a full beat bowling, but that's just who I am. But it looked amazing, and it's like, why haven't I been using that as much as it costs? So I feel like with the price point of Hourglass, the Hourglass Vanish Primer and that foundation, I feel like are worth the splurge during this time. In regards to blush, so I mentioned I had on Fenty Latte Blush, but I also put Fire Moon by Haus Labs over top. So if you have not picked up Fire Moon from Haus Labs, I definitely recommend grabbing this because this gives you that bronzer vibe, which looks like bronzer but blush. It gives you that toasty look. If I'm being honest, that is how I would describe it. It's more of a toasty look on the cheeks. So that is what I have on today. Also the other shade, which is called French Rosette, it kind of gives me a warm toasty vibe as well. It doesn't look so much like Fire Moon, but it gives me the same effect in a sense, just a little bit lighter. So those two blush shades I would definitely recommend picking up during this sale. I'm trying to see if you want a good lip oil lip glaze. These are the glazed lip oils. They do have a lot of holiday sets. I have really grown to love their lip oil. I have maybe 5 shades of this one. They smell good. I love the doe foot. I don't know if you could tell that I've used it quite a bit, but I definitely recommend these. I feel like a lot of people are going to recommend Summer Fridays, you know. Who else would I feel like a lot of people will recommend? But anywho, Glaze is the brand, and I'll have an image of it on the screen. So those are just some other things that I would say is really good to pick up during this sale. But other than that, I feel like we talk about the same stuff. You know, we talk about the One Size setting spray, which I buy a lot of those during the year. I already have a One Size setting spray that I haven't opened yet. So that's why I was on the fence about purchasing the jumbo one, because I'm like, you already got a backup. But I think the jumbo size is limited edition. So for $48, you could get a large jumbo size. 20% off or 15 or 10% off, it still helps. And then, of course, like I mentioned, the Hourglass foundation, any one size primer, in my opinion, they work for me. But yes, that is honestly it. Most of my skincare is more so from Ulta, more so on the affordable side. I don't do too much. Like, I have my vitamin C serums and my sprays, and I use the Cosrx snail mucin on my skin. So I don't really use Caudalie or anything like that. I do have a Caudalie, there's water spray. So I'll spray my face down with that before I go in with my serums. But that's not often because I have so many sprays. So other than that, you guys, honestly, I feel like that's it. And I'm very proud of myself. I did really, really good. I did really, really good this year as opposed to previous years. I used to go crazy. So that is it for my Sephora savings haul and my recommendations, you guys. As I mentioned, I don't feel like you have to go so crazy when it comes to makeup. I am also, even though I do videos, I'm trying to get into the habit of using products that I already have, or also trying to learn how to, you know, purchase more affordable options, because I buy so many high-end products. I have $60 eyeshadow palettes that I don't even use to this day. So at some point it becomes excessive and it's like, okay, girl, pump the brakes. And so that is pretty much the point that I'm getting to now. So I feel like I'm satisfied and I'm comfortable with the products that I did purchase. There are some concealers that I want to get, that I want to try out. But again, when I look at the fact that I have 3 drawers of concealer, I don't need it. You know what I mean? So, but yes, that is it, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's video. I hope this helps, because I know a lot of us have things in our carts that it's like, I want to buy it. But if you keep contemplating and going back and forth, like, should I do it? Should I not? It's not worth purchasing. But I hope you all stay safe, be blessed, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.